awkwardly walked in. And I had a really good time.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight's guest is Canada's premier cowboy. He's a hard-loving, hard-living, hard-drinking American hero, folk singer. We got Little Andy with his new album, While the Engines Burn. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Wow. You are tall, huh?
Thanks. I am this tall every day.
Every day?
When I wake up. In fact, when I wake up, I'm a bit taller because the human spine, expands during sleep. So I tend to be 6'4" in the morning, and then it goes down from there. Mm-hmm. It anticipates old age.
It anticipates being. It's hard being a tall man. I feel like that tall.
Yeah, it's not.
Especially a rock star. Rock stars are short.
Yeah, they are because they have a Napoleon complex. I think people think that tall people, or tall men specifically, it's all instantly attracting women and commanding authority. But really, it's a lot of going into like a dépanneur and hitting your head on the promotional signs that hang from the ceiling.
Hi, do you like dépanneurs? Because you're not from Montreal originally.
No, I'm a Quebecer. I'm from a town called Cantley.
Cantley?
Which we always called the Cant when I was growing up before its can't-do attitude. It's not it's not that famous. There was a period in 2007 when the dump that's in the town.
Oh, there's an actual dump. You're not calling the town a dump.
It borders my grandfather had sold part of his farm to become a dump because times were tough. And then subterranean fires started in the dump in around 2007.
Wow.
Because the owner had let anyone dump whatever they wanted there. So there was fires underground and a really bad stench.
Such hard beginnings for little Andy.
Well,
huh?
I didn't work there. It wasn't.
No, but I mean, you grew up around a dump.
Yeah, it didn't affect my groundwater.
Right.
Just my uncle's.
Fuck him.
It was okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought we were gonna, be one of those names like Waco, Texas, where people hear it and they're like, oh, what happened there? Oh. But then that moment passed. And
the place where the birds died.
Yeah, it was just Canada, and so people were like,
ugh, really Canada, right?
Yeah.
Blech.
What happens here?
What goes on? Chomsky said yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in Canada, but they're so irrelevant. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, he said this recently?
Yeah, well, like last year or something. Yeah, since he's retired and started to go mad.
Yeah.
But he's not mad. I think he's a very smart guy. But you're a smart guy. You do a lot of reading. You go to the library.
I enjoy a library. It's sad now because when I was a kid, the public library was a place for weirdos to congregate and hang out and get away from the cold.
Still is.
And now, well, it's that, but it's also just one stationary computer lab, where people are there. Or here in Montreal when they started the Grande Bibliothèque Nationale, the big one down at Barrie.
That's a nice one. I like
It's a great one, but it can be a tense experience because it's kind of Montreal's largest video store. And so I feel for the guy who is putting back DVDs on the rack and there's people following him in a line. They want Adam Sandler's The Wedding Singer. And as soon as
And they don't want to pay for it.
No. Yeah. I mean, why would you?
Why would you?
And so then as soon as it hits the shelf, they take it out of his hands.
What do you take out from the library, Tony?
What good stuff.
God, he drags these things out.
Yeah.
Monsters. And videos.
Monster books?
No, like actual monsters.
Oh my God.
They've really expanded to try and increase revenue streams.
So they brought in monsters.
Yeah, alien forms.
They got them working there.
Yeah. So what's new with you? You have a new album.
Yeah.
Right? This one over here.
It's fun.
Let's show it over here.
It's actually not fun.
It's not fun. It's a sad album.
Well,
somber. But look how cute you look in the back, peeking out like that.
I know. I mean, some people think that that's a piano that I'm in front of, but it's actually an office divider.
That's one of them.
Is that an office?
It's one of those monsters I was talking about. Gremlins, got me spooked.
Like in the Richard Donner film, Gremlins.
Oh, what a fine film.
Yeah.
Are you a cinephile?
I used to be. When I was a teenager, all I did with my friends was make movies. I would be the dictatorial auteur and write and direct the movies and organize my friends to film in, the McDonald's in a suburb, and but then
You were allowed to do that.
no, you're not. And I actually learned the hard way because we were filming a movie in a McDonald's, and a friend of mine was supposed to go up to the cash and order something that wasn't on the menu at McDonald's, and I was filming at a remove, 15 or 20 feet behind him, and the kid working at the McDonald's, who's making maybe in 1993 $7.50 an hour, said he's not allowed to film here, as if she had been drilled on
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Don't let anyone film
Oh,
in
yeah.
here. So that was shut down. That had to be switched to a Taco Bell.
God, no one supports the arts anymore.
No,
Not
I
even
know.
McDonald's. Not even McDonald's.
And they have the cash, it's tough.
They got the cash. Is it hard? Is it hard being a hard-loving cowboy these days? I mean, you play a lot of gigs. I see you on Facebook. You're always somewhere.
That is where we live now. It's true. Being making music or making art of any kind, I find it not that hard making the music or
It's the distribution.
the art. Well, it's accepting the life that you have to live in order to be able to do it. The financial cost is big, but the human cost is bigger.
Substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an awful life. Do you regret it? Should we go back and become lawyers? Let's open a firm.
That would be nice.
What would we specialize
You know?
in? It's not too late. I'm 36. You're 33.
I was kind of a failure at everything else, but I discovered that late.
Why? What else did you try?
Journalism.
I could see that.
At one point, I wasn't getting telemarketing jobs. I wasn't getting callbacks for those, and that hurt. I always thought that maybe I could really sell the Windows security service when people call you and claim that they found a virus upon your computer. Mm-hmm. And if you're an 80-year-old who's just bought a laptop, you might fall for that.
And they never called you.
No, and I thought that could be my vocation, but
God, these old people are getting savvy. Huh?
it was, yeah, I know. In a way, it's nice.
But we're all gonna get old, Andy. We lose things, we forget things all the time. You've lost your keys recently.
No, I'm kind of.
No.
I mean, I don't like to use the term OCD. I'm not, but
You don't seem it.
I'm a rigorous, organized person. Mm-hmm. I was a nerd in high school.
Yeah.
No. I was valedictorian.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
My guitar player in the band was expelled. It was we were great. We were a dynamic duo.
God, you still love him?
I do very much. I had lunch with him the other day.
Really?
Yeah. We get along.
He's not in the band now.
He's not in the band now.
No.
Because he has a great band called Mad Parish, which is a heavy metal band, and so he wears tights. And it stuffs his crotch the way the guys in Spinal Tap do. But he got me into country music when we were kind of minimum wage earning kids, farm laborers back around Canada.
Back in the where you breathe fire, where your uncle drinks fire water.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're gonna take a short break. You're gonna stick around?
Yeah, I will. I'm not done. So
no, you're still drinking. You're still
happy.
drinking. Well, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Now comes Miller time. Suddenly, you're the three best sailors on the water. And that calls for a round of the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer.
Thirsty? Totally.
You got OJ, purple stuff, soda, Sunny D?
Yeah, go for it. Tastes like orange and tangerine.
And lime.
Some healthy junk too.
Instant replay?
Sunny Delight, the good stuff kids go for.
And we're back, and during the break, Andy was just telling me about Cinema Lamour.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a local. If you're a Montrealer and you're not interested in it, I think there's something wrong with your sense of curiosity about the world. I mean, the story about Cinema Lamour, which I think is one of the last, if not the last, functioning pornography cinema
Is it I've never been inside. Is it a full cinema? No, I've honestly never been inside. But
it is
you know
a full
what?
cinema.
I have bought a juice box at the vending machine outside.
Oh yeah, they have a great Everfresh.
Oh, Everfresh, quality,
Yeah. Oh.
quality. I take a look. Oh, well, what's playing? Oh, Wet Blasters 5. I'll wait for 6.
I think the vending machine there kind of adds a bit of innocence to the facade of the building, and it's wise for them to be there.
I think it's to get the kids in.
Oh yeah,
Kids
absolutely.
love juice.
You hook them young, and but I mean that place was built in 1916. It was a Yiddish theater called the Globe.
Those Jews, huh?
And
pornography and juice. It's all they
no, but
care
it wasn't.
about.
It wasn't pornography at the time. It was just a kind of vaudeville spot. And people always say that it was the place where Houdini got the punch that finally finished him off.
Is that true?
No, it's not. That was
okay.
a Parisien, but
Yes, that makes more sense.
But it
But he
wasn't.
did die here. Isn't that great?
Well, he got a punch from a McGill student here,
What a son of
and
a
then he
bitch.
died on a train somewhere towards Michigan. Ugh. You know, but
I'm kind of proud that Montrealers killed the unkillable man.
well, the way that people in Thunder Bay are proud that their town is the one that killed Terry Fox because Terry Fox died on the way to Thunder Bay.
People in Thunder Bay are proud of
I
that?
think there's going to be a sign that says Thunder Bay, we killed Terry Fox. We crushed that indomitable spirit.
Well, Thunder Bay has killed many spirits over the years.
Yeah, it's North America's only city where you, maybe Detroit is different, where you see the skyline as you approach, and the skyline that you see is actually crumbling entirely. There's grain elevators that have pieces falling off of them, and you have to go through Thunder Bay, kind of like it's the gates of hell when you're touring Canada, to get to the west.
Is that a fact?
And so, well, I mean, you can go through the states if you want,
Right.
if you want to deal with the border situation.
Oh man, that means you go up and over
Yeah,
like that?
yeah,
So
that's
you've been
tricky.
everywhere, huh? You've been all across Canada.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you never venture down into the U.S. though?
I don't go to the States that much.
Wow.
Friends of mine have had bad experiences getting. My friend Dallas, who's in a band called the Sadies, was
Sure.
going through the border, and they had cleaned their van of any
That was nice of him.
drugs or paraphernalia.
Tony's
No, not
American,
the-
you know that.
Not the. Oh, really?
You
Our
better
friend-
believe it, buddy.
I feel the pride coming
Oh.
coming through now.
You can't measure it.
Tell us where you're from.
Northern Maine.
So there's moose and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we hit a moose. Yeah, I vomited. I was so upset. I had coffee, soda, and Slim Jims. I can't believe I was allowed to eat that. That's like.
Was this from empathy or sympathy towards the moose?
No, I was just. Oh, we could have died. Who was it?
Yeah.
It's just his selfish will to live. That's all. That's all. He feels no pity for the animal. Tony is
No, moose
spiritual.
are nice. They're like cows and horses.
No, it's an
combined.
upsetting experience. I mean, I was the first time we did a tour across Canada was like 2005, and before we started the drive, I thought to myself, I have to buy a paper map for every province because paper maps won't exist for much longer.
Yeah, it's a great point.
So I went to a map store, bought a road map for every province, so that when we were
Each individual province.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
now
only
I
10. There's
now
only
I have
10.
like the Atlantic Canada backroads map.
Wow.
And
Who's reading the map while you're driving?
oh, I'm reading the map.
Oh, you're the navigator.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were in Saskatchewan, and I saw that on the map we could, instead of kind of jogging to a bit east and going up to Regina, we could actually cut through on what looked like a paved subsidiary road. And we got off the Trans-Canada, and immediately we were on a dirt road. At which point, the sun set, and this scary thing happens in Saskatchewan when you're going through wheat fields, in that there's barn owls or some kind of owls that, when they hear your van approach, leap from the wheat, like this way and that. They
Into the road.
No, they kind of arc up like this out of the wheat and then fly backwards, like they're the kind of forgotten souls of farmers who died in the past, and they're just kind of casting themselves
You're
off.
an eloquent man.
Right? This is how I talk all the time.
This is
People get
nice.
upset.
Really? They're upset by this?
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of pretentious.
Yeah, that's what people say.
Yeah.
Tony, we talked
Two
about this.
two Americans.
Tony, we talked about this.
It seems too literary, you know.
Yeah.
Well, God forbid we should read a book. God forbid we should go to the library and read a poem or a novel. No, instead I have to hear how Kardashian ass broke the internet.
Yeah,
You know? which, by the way, is impossible. You can't break the internet. It's not a machine. It's ones
nowhere.
and zeros. It's nowhere. It's here. We are the internet. We are the internet.
The slaves and puppets of the internet.
Correct, sir.
But the
finally, you're talking some sense.
I mean, those people that you used to see on the bus reading books, those guys who read Tom Clancy,
Well, those guys are
or
pieces
the
of
teens
shit.
who read Dean Koontz, or the
Or-
women who read Daniel Steele.
I was a Babysitter's Club kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, I was a Sweet Valley High kind of guy.
Oh, wow.
But
you could have
those
dated.
people aren't reading anymore. You don't see
Yeah,
those
you're right.
novels being read.
Yeah, you're right.
And there was a
What
thing.
happened? What happened?
Well, they started texting. Everyone had a computer in their pocket.
Supercomputers.
You know, and what's more exciting? I mean, reading a Daniel Steele novel or actually texting your lover from your phone because you have, you know, because it's easier.
Well,
to have
you make
an
it
affair.
sound romantic, but I think most people are just texting like, "Do you have my weed?"
Yeah.
And no. How come?
That can be tough.
I don't have it yet. But when?
Admittedly, my friends get upset when I use a semicolon within a sentence in a text because I think they think it's pretentious. as
You
well.
can text me whenever you want.
know.
I love a good semicolon. I love colons. I love. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Colons.
Les deux points.
Les deux
Comme on dit en
points.
français, yeah.
Oh, you have a beautiful speaking French, speaking voice in French.
Thanks. It
Wow.
surpasses my actual ability to do it.
Does it? Yeah, me too. I always say, you know, whenever I go in for a job interview, which is all the time because I'm impoverished and I keep getting fired, and I go in and they're like, "Est-ce que vous parlez français?" I'm like, "Oh oui, je parle français, mais j'ai un peu d'un accent, mais je sais beaucoup." They're like, "Oh non, mais c'est correct." That's all I know. I just memorized that phrase.
I know. It's tough. I mean,
It's hard.
I've become very good at you know, at ordering food in French and arguing with sound guys in French about things.
What's your favorite meal on the road?
Oh,
God, that's the deep question. That's the
Yeah.
hard one.
that is tough. I mean, a chicken burger is good anywhere you go.
Now you're talking.
And it's always good to order a chicken burger and not have the fries. But if I could have like a Vietnamese soup like on the road, that would be great. But that doesn't happen that often. One time I was in Medicine Hat, and it was a civic holiday, which I didn't know because I'm from Quebec, and nothing was open, and so I stopped the van and what I do on tour is ask people for directions or recommendations instead of looking on my phone.
Sure.
Because I don't know how to operate my phone. And I stopped and asked this burly construction worker looking like guy, I said, you know, is there anywhere to eat around here that's good, that's not a McDonald's or a Burger King or, you know, a KFC? And he kind of scratched his chin and looked really quizzical and puzzled for a while, and he said, Subway. That was cultural diversity in Medicine Hat.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, and
So many great stories from Little Andy.
well, and then we found the only
That's my
Indian
dream.
restaurant in Medicine Hat, which was run by a guy who used to run an Indian restaurant by Jerry Park.
I don't know who. Oh, by Jerry Park.
Yeah, he knew all about Montreal because I was wearing an Expos T-shirt at the time.
Bless your heart.
We hit it off.
They may come back. They may come back. I hear. I hear the Expos are coming back. I got
Really?
some insider information. Yeah. Some like real. I mean, I'm not just talking shit like I usually do. I've actually heard the Expos are coming back.
And they're gonna play in the Big O.
Well, I find that impossible. I think they're going to build a dome underground. That'll cost less.
That's good.
That'll cost less.
Yeah. That'll be like in the old Spider-Man cartoons when Spider-Man goes to a seemingly primitive world that is located somewhere under the city in which
Yeah.
he lives.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's apes and
I've seen those.
leading
I've been there.
oligarchical societies there.
I've been to
It's
some
really
of those
tricky.
places. They're real. They tell the truth to the youth, and then when you grow up, you think it's make believe. That's how they shape your whole reality.
Yeah. But really, it's a documentary.
It is.
It's a documentary. You know what else I learned from Superman?
Spider-Man?
You don't need a car. He never drove.
Wow, he web slings.
No, but even when he's just like Peter Parker taking out Mary Jane, they take the subway. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a real New Yorker. You know?
Oh, he was in sustainable stuff long before any of the other superheroes.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I mean, his webbing was made from hair. Fuck! I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to go anymore.
I painted myself into a comedic corner.
Oh, bless your heart. Listen, this was really great of you to come by.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I was outside anyway, so it was cool.
Well, you're always outside. You're just busking.
Yeah, I haven't busked in a while, you know.
Do you do it sometimes just for your fondness, memories?
I used to do it when I had the misfortune of living near Ottawa, and I would open my guitar case and put a whole stack of Monopoly money in there.
Smart.
Because it
Classy move.
Yeah, it confused people. More people came up to me and informed me that I was in fact being given Monopoly money than actually laughed.
Hey? Like the Ottawa can't take a joke, but they're kind about it.
And then Americans just thought it was Canadian money.
I was gonna say that.
You know,
You
like
beat me to it.
when you meet an American friend and you give them a Canadian Tire coupon
What the fuck
that
is
has
this?
the guy wearing the tam o'shanter on it, and you're like, this is our president, Angus McTamashanter. And here is some money. This is 100,000 Canadian lira, and they believe it.
I believe it.
It's a good move.
Andy, thanks so much, man. I've always wanted to talk to you. We've only ever met once on the street, so thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And don't forget, buy music before it's too late. Bring him on the road. You don't need an opener?
Bring him.
You don't need an opener?
With this sax, I do.
Bass clarinet.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I don't know anything about music. You know? I had no instruction.
No. He's got the look, though, huh?
Oh yeah.
He's got the look. What do you think about this setup? It's nice, huh?